Good afternoon, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Saturday. It is the 20th of November, and this is Chart of the Week video number 117. Welcome. How are you today? I'm doing well. The sun is shining, and it's fairly warm out. I'm going to go home after this and help Dan do a little outdoor decorating, because it may be the last nice day. I don't know. I still have irises blooming, which is bizarre because we've had several freezes, and I haven't covered them, but the buds are still blooming. So more power to them. I've never had irises that have bloomed this late in the season. And they're my favorite flower, so I'm thrilled to see them. Thank you, everyone, for answering last week's question of the week, which was a room full of spiders or a room full of clowns. There are a surprising number of you who would not go into the clown room, but they would take the spiders, and no way, no how. But always interesting to see what people would do in that sort of situation. No spiders for me. And let's see, what else do I want to talk about just before we get into this week's chart of the week. I had a different one chosen, and then this came in, and I thought it was adorable, so I chose it. So let's just go right on into that, and we'll chit-chat a little bit later. So this week is another from Artful Offerings. I just finished their Cranberry Christmas, and it is beautiful. So I thought this one was adorable. It's Kind and Gentle Woodland Holiday Sampler. And it looks like this. Got some wabbits on it, and a little deer, another cardinal. Look at this little belt. Isn't that adorable? Absolutely adorable. I like the little key down here on the, what do they call those? Those kind of trees. What do they call them? There's a name for them. I can't think of it right now, but I like the little key on there and the rabbit turning the key. So now I will tell you, I pulled the called for floss and I made a few changes to suit my taste. I will show you both of them. They're not a lot different, but they are a little bit different. So we'll start with the floss. So yeah, this is my version. Sorry, I had to stop and think which was mine. So this is the called for floss right there. And I bet you can guess that this would be my problem right here, is that orange red. It's 606. Not my favorite. And then this little color here, which is orange marmalade, is only used for like 3 stitches, I believe, and that's for the bird's beak. And there's no reason to do that. So I've changed that. This is the color of the deer, which is 3045, and I changed that a little bit. This is pecan pie. It's for the rabbits. See those rabbits? That is not that color. And it's got a lot of green in it. A lot of green in that pecan pie right now. So I changed that. So let me show you the changes. Buckeye Scarlet stayed the same. So Buckeye Scarlet and Buckeye Scarlet. And then my deer is going to be Classic Colorworks Wagon Wheel, as compared to the DMC. So mine's a little bit darker. It still has this color in it, but it's got some darker in it also. My rabbits I changed to grapevine instead of the pecan. The bunny tail and the bunny tails and the background letters and stuff are supposed to be 30-32, and I did 37-82. Just a little bit different, but I just prefer this color. This one again is a little bit green when in real life. 606, I did 666. Still kind of orangey, but I did want the contrast in the bird's wings, you know, so I went with this instead of the 817 that I used on Cranberry Christmas, but a lot less orange. I did 742 for the orange marmalade for the beak, and I kept the black, and I kept the two blues that are the clothing on the animals. I kept those, however, there's a caveat to that. These in the picture are quite a bit brighter than these. So if you wanted it to look more like the picture, and I haven't decided which way I would go yet for sure, but 598, DMC 598 and DMC 3849 are pretty darn close to those two colors. So that's if you wanted to change it up and make it a little bit brighter. I think for the purpose of this video, I'll probably use the called for colors, because I imagine most of you will stick with that. So let me give you a little information on the chart. The design size on the called for count is going to be 11 by 7.5, and that is on a 36 count linen. Stitch count is 199 wide by 136 high, and the linen called for is from Seraphim, and it's antique lace. This is a 32 count antique lace, so it's kind of a yellowy, light yellowy color. And those are the colors on it. This was a surprisingly difficult piece to find fabric that I really liked. I found fabric that looked okay, but as we know, I'm not into just okay. I kind of like it to look really outstanding. So this is okay. Everything goes, everything will show up, looks fine. I'll show you a quick peek of my colors on here. Again, it looks fine. If you're an Ada stitcher, 14 count country French latte would work. It's about the same color as the antique lace, so that would look fine. This is a 40 count vintage navy bean, which is kind of a grayish color. And I did want to say, hold the fort. I want you to look at the background on this picture with this. So it looks nothing like what's pictured here, just FYI. This is why we never go with the picture, and why I always recommend that you have your floss before you pick your fabric. just because your piece is going to turn out much better. All right, so this, like I said, is kind of a grayish color, and it will, everything will show up fine on it. You're going to notice most of the fabrics that I chose are kind of bland because I just couldn't find anything really outstanding. This is a 40 count pewter from Picture This Plus. So again, it's a grayish. It's got a little more green to it than the Vintage Navy Bean. And it goes really nicely with the two called for blues, but it would work really well with these blues also. This is a fabric that is called Silver Moon. It's a 32 count. It's just a very, very pale gray. And again, nothing spectacular, but they all look good. Now this is a fun one. This is from Mystic Fabrics. It was one of their new ones at Expo in August. It's called Olympia. And it's kind of a mixture of gray and tan with some white thrown in there. And it can be quite splotchy. See, that's a big splotch. Again, you're going to put stitching on it, so don't freak out if you get a piece that's splotchy, because you're going to stitch on it. And it's going to fill in. So that's kind of what it looks like. You can see some of the beigey parts. I'll hold up the floss here in just a second. Got to get it into a more manageable piece here. Okay. Need a couple more hands. So I think that would look good, and it would give it a little bit of movement behind, which would be nice. Do I like these two colors on there? I think those two colors would be fine too. And then just, this would be my alternate colors. They look good too. So that's kind of a fun one. I do have it in a couple other counts. I don't know what they are right off the top of my head, but you could find that on my website if you were interested in what other counts I have it available in. This is a good one if you're an Ada stitcher. This is an 18 count Stormy Clouds. Looks kind of like snowdrifts to me. I think that would be kind of fun. And the two brighter colors look good too. There's my version. And almost done. Almost done. This is the last one I found. I was trying to find a darker fabric, because you know me, I like the darker fabric. So I was trying to find one. And I found this one, which is, what is this? 40 count Vintage Tundra from Lakeside. It's kind of a gray-green, and I think that would be pretty too. Those are my colors. called 4 colors. And the 2 bright colors. So there you have it. That again is Kind and Gentle Woodland Holiday. Looks like that. I gave you lots of different options today. Hope I didn't overwhelm you. So this coming week is Thanksgiving. I will be closed. I'll be closing Tuesday or Wednesday at about 2, so I can go home and cook and clean. And then I will be closed Thursday and Friday, and I will be back open on Saturday. I've been open before on Black Friday, and to be quite honest, it's usually just me and the crickets. So I am going to take the day and maybe put up my Christmas tree and do a little decorating, and then come back on Saturday. So keep that in mind for orders. If you order anytime after 2 o'clock on Wednesday, it's going to be in probably following Tuesday before it goes out, depending on what it is. Let's see, what else? We need a question of the day. And I happen to have one all ready to go today instead of having to pause and think of one. Being as it's going to be Thanksgiving or the holiday season, however you want to look at it. I was just curious what your favorite side dish is. Holiday side dish. So something special that you make for a holiday. I don't care what holiday it is. Whatever holiday you like to celebrate, what your favorite side dish is. There are some staples in our family that we always have. Now, as you can probably guess, I don't eat a lot of the side dishes. That green bean casserole thing? Stuffing, that just looks like something the cat yacked up on the floor. What else? Cranberry sauce. It's too sour for my tastes. So I would have to say, for a side dish, it would either be the cheesy hash brown potato casserole or strawberry pretzel salad, which you could argue the point that strawberry pretzel salad is not technically a salad. It's probably considered more of a dessert for those of you out there in the world. But in our family, it's a salad, and we eat it as part of the meal, and we usually have it for pretty much every holiday we celebrate. So that's probably the number one, is the strawberry pretzel salad. Would be our favorite. My favorite that I will eat. So I'm just curious, what is yours? I know others. Last year, Alex and Amy, they didn't have meat with they were still in North Carolina at the time, and they didn't do meat for their Thanksgiving dinner. They did just a meal of side dishes, which I thought was kind of weird, and I would have gone home hungry. But they seemed to really enjoy it. I think it's a weird concept for myself. But I'm weird anyway, so that's okay. Anyway, I hope you guys will have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy your time with family. If you get to be with your family, I get to be with part of my family. I'm a little sad that I don't get to be with Melanie and her family. We just can't. We all can't quarantine enough so that it would be safe for Ben and Kate. So we don't get to see Melanie and family. I wish we could, but the world is just not cooperating. So we'll just Zoom with them or talk to them on the phone. But the kids are going to be there, Abby and family, and Alex and Amy and Adam and Marcia and the girls. Dan's mom and his sister are coming, and then Emily's mom is going to come and visit. This will be her first trip to Nebraska. So she'll be at Thanksgiving also. So we'll have a good time. But just know that you'll be missed, Mel. And someday I hope we can do a holiday together. Anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. It's been kind of an emotional week for me this week. It was the second anniversary of Mom and Dad passing, so I apologize. We also have Adam and Abby's birthdays coming up. Marcia's is today, so it's kind of a birthday kind of time of the year for us. And last night we went over to Adam and Marcia's. Marcia sent out a text and said for her birthday she would really like to play Mexican train dominoes. So we went over to their house and played dominoes until about 11 o'clock last night. Adam won for the very first time that we can remember. And we've been playing it for years and years. So he was thrilled. I think I ended up in bottom one, very last or second to last. I did not have a very good game. Just every time I would have a place to go, I was sitting next to Emily, and she just would manage to play right where I needed to go. So I did not have a very good game, but we had a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. Anyway, if I want to get any kind of decorating done outside, I better call this good, and wish you all again for the second week in a row. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family, and we will see you hopefully next week. Take care. Bye.